Alright, so this is how you do a sit-up. The sit-up covers one aspect of many in your core muscles. Alright? In other terms, it covers one muscle out of a lot, right? Because in your core, there's not just the rectus abdominis, which is what the sit-up is working. It goes from around here to here, right? So underneath the sternum to around the groin area. And it's vital that this is not the only aspect that you're working when you do a core workout. So in addition to the sit-up, we're going to be going over all of the other muscles. Alright, so the sit-up. Sorry. You have your feet planted, right? Notice how I'm not having anyone here, right? No one's holding my feet. I don't have weights on. I am keeping my feet down so that I get that stabilization that the sit-up can also work. If you have someone sitting on your feet or you have weights on your feet, then it's not doing the best that it could. With that in mind, we're going to be keeping our hands here, here, or even here. Just the main aspect is no momentum used. In all of these examples, there's no momentum used from my arms. Me personally, I like to keep it here, right? Because when you get strong enough, you can have a weight here and you won't be tempted to use that as momentum if you are doing this every single time you do a sit-up. Now, you go all the way down, right? But you keep your shoulder blades off the ground so that this right here, the top part of the rectus abdominis, is still contracted. Then you go all the way up, right? This works the bottom half, and it really forces it to crunch, right? Right here is when all of it is being worked. So you'll see a lot of people doing this as crunches. That's only a half crunch. A full sit-up or a full crunch is all the way down here. Shoulder blades are off the ground, because if you put them on, you're resting. If you do it like this, you're not resting. All the way forward, right? Notice how I am not using my arms as momentum points. Side note. So, in the video, I talked about how the sit-up works the bottom half, right? This is partially true. There are some aspects of it, but it doesn't really work the groin area of the rectus abdominis as much, right? What happens is that it works the top half of the bottom half. So if my hand is the rectus abdominis, right here is below the sternum, right here is the groin, right? It works like where my the top half of my palm. Alright? I just wanted to make that clear because later in this video I'm going to be showing you how to work the bottom half, the groin area of the rectus abdominis. Alright guys, so we've talked about the rectus abdominis, or the 3/4 of it really, right? Now we're going to talk about the bottom half of the rectus abdominis, where the groin is, where the internal obliques connect, right? This is called leg raises or flutter kicks. There's two different aspects of, well, not really aspects, but ways of working the same muscle. I'm going to be showing you both because they both have benefits and cons. The first workout that I'm going to be showing you for the bottom half of the rectus abdominis. Again, that is the groin area of the rectus abdominis, or this part of your core. See, even I said abs, right? Because the connotation, or what you think of when you think of abs or core, is really just right here, right? That's all it is. But it covers many aspects. Alright, so enough of my long-winded talking. Down to leg raises. You're going to be lying with your shoulders flat on the ground, and you're just going to be doing this. Okay? You can put your hands under your butt. I personally do not like to do that because it just kind of squishes my hands. You can also do this, right? Notice how my feet are not touching. Usually, you'd be like this, but since I'm talking to you guys, I'm also using the top half of my rectus abdominis. Just like this. You can use right here as well if you do this adaptation to leg raises. James, please cut this out. So this is where it normally stops, right? If you do that, then it uses right here and some of your lumbar muscles as well. Now, the pros of that exercise, when I do that, I do the adaptation that I just showed you. So I'm going to be doing it, the pros of how I do it, the adaptation of the leg raises. Now, I'm sure I'm not the first person to come up with that adaptation. I've actually got that from other people as well on YouTube. Also friends and things like that. It's a widely known exercise. However, I'm going to be explaining it to you. So, the pros of that is you use your bottom half of the rectus abdominis. Then I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to be using the I'm gonna kill you. The pros of the adaptation is you use the bottom half of the rectus abdominis as well as, well, even that is in the bottom half, the piece of it that you're using in addition to the groin area. So you use the entire bottom half. With the regular leg raises, you don't. You just use the bottom half of the bottom half. So the bottom quarter. See that? I can do basic maths. Anyways, you also use some lumbar muscles. The cons is the fact that it's doing it at the same time, right? So you're not really working those rotating muscles, such as the obliques. And sometimes hip flexors, but obliques mostly. With the flutter kicks, you do work those, right? However, with flutter kicks, you don't work the entire bottom half. You only use the bottom quarter of the rectus abdominis. So it's really up to you. I recommend doing both of them. Flutter kicks. Again, your hands can be under your glutes, or they can be to the side of you. I prefer to the side of me, so that's what I'm going to be doing. You go like this, then never touching the ground, couple inches above it, and it's really only just a little bit, right? My range of motion is not crazy like this, right? I'm not running in the air, I'm just doing a slow, controlled exercise called flutter kicks. This is how you do it. Alright guys, so we've covered how to work the rectus abdominis in a couple of different motions. I'm going to show you how to work the top quarter and the bottom quarter at the same time. Now, this exercise is a pretty hard one, so I do recommend doing the sit-ups, flutter kicks, and leg raises, as well as this exercise to work the rectus abdominis. See, yeah, I bet you're starting to realize, wow, the core isn't just doing one motion, right? And yeah, we've literally just been doing that same motion of having your feet up or your torso up. But the thing is, even with those different motions, they activate different segments of your core. So, I'm going to show you how to do a V-sit. You cover, your hands are like this, right? Kind of like diving. Your feet are together, going simultaneously. Like this, right? You're touching your feet every time. This works the bottom quarter, so the groin, and the top quarter, right here. Alright, so now that we have the rectus abdominis fully worked and fully tired, we can do some more rectus abdominis, but you do the obliques as well with this exercise. This is called the X-sit. Alright, X-sit. You touch one hand to the opposite leg, right? Obviously you don't use this, but I'm just showing you guys. You lay down and you go like this, okay? Make sure you do an even number so you don't work one side more than the other. This works the obliques, which are right here, right? Right here, right here, right here, right here. There's external obliques and there's internal obliques. It also works the serratus, which are a little muscle right here that kind of aids the obliques in rotating action. If you do an odd number, you will work one side more than the other, and that's not good. So always do an even number with this exercise. Or how I like to count it is by doing this. 1, 1, 2, 2. Right? So that way I make sure that it's an even number. That's it for X-sits. If you guys want to see a part 2, because there's many more ab exercises to do, be sure to comment down below. Let me know. Commenting is super helpful, super helpful. So please comment down below for a part 2. Get this video to 20 likes for a part 2. Also comment down below some ideas. I can't stress this enough, guys. Comments really sweeten up the YouTube algorithm. Thank you.